I knew I wasn't smart enough to find a cure for myself, right? But what I could do was I could give my body up for science. I can get involved in clinical trials. I can get involved in studies and learn more about the disease, number one. And number two, if there happens to be a cure in the works in a clinical trial, I might be the first to get it. So that's what I did. The first thing I did was I was just signing up for medical research after medical research after medical research. Anyone that would take me, I would go, and I would give my body up for it. And one of them in particular was a forced exercise study. And what that means is essentially I would go into a clinic. It's a physical therapy clinic, and they would force me to exercise. Now, if I couldn't do it myself, and back then I was 250 pounds, and I couldn't walk without a cane because I kept falling over. So they had to force me to exercise by manipulating my muscles. They were moving my limbs for me. Right. And then I noticed that after these sessions, I would feel, pretty good, in terms of how my body was moving and compared to how it was before. And then I remember distinctively one time, my third session, I went in there and they strapped me into this recumbent bicycle machine. And they're like, this thing is going to go and it's going to take you with it and you better keep up.
You got to keep up.
Yeah. And this machine just went, and then my legs were tied into it, and I just had to go on and follow it. And it was probably the worst thing that I could experience at the time because, first of all, my body isn't conditioned to do all that. And I think we did like 11 miles on that thing. Right. But right at the end of it, I felt like everything loosened up. I could move so much better. And it just kind of clicked. I'm like, maybe I should do more fitness on my own. Maybe there's something to this exercise thing I should do more on my own. So I came home, I told my wife, and we just started very little by little, right? I just walking around the block with my cane. And then I would do it every day. Every day I try to do a little bit more. I always say, well, if today I could take one more step, or I can get one more rep in the gym, that would be something more than yesterday. And that's exactly what I did for the next 2.5 years. I kept doing that until I was able to run again. And I started losing weight. I left my cane at home because I became more confident in the way that I moved. And then in 2012, I ran my first 5K. When I crossed that finish line and saw my wife and my kids cheering and how happy they were, I knew that I was onto something. And I just kept putting that one more step mentality into my everyday training. Next thing you know, I was running marathons and half marathons. The next thing you know, I was doing 16 of them, in the course of over the years, and over 100 half marathons. I just kept going.